In this video, we'll continue our discussion about design tools and some of the features design tools has. Design tools doesn't just work with pages. You can use design tools for assignments and discussions. Let's try assignments. If I wanted to make a new assignment, I would just click the plus assignment button. And we'll cover this more as we talk about assignments. And we'll say government assignment. I don't have to be too specific here, because this is a sample. If I go to create edit content and I want to get my template, I go to copy existing content. And right here, you'll notice I can use design tools to access templates, and I can copy other things. So let's say I want to use my template. I can go to the template page. I can go to all course pages, but here I want to use an institution template. And I can just use my sample unit page. And I'll still keep the numbering, say 1.1 or 1.2, whatever it is. Government assignment. I did not want that. Copy. Paste. Government assignment. Okay. My estimated time to complete. My text here, it runs the same way as my other design tools functions in a page. It's the same process. When I'm done, I click save. And now I can deploy it in my unit. So if I go to modules, you go here. I'll just move that up. Publish it. And I can deploy my assignment in here. 1.2 government assignment. Put that here. Make sure that's published. Increase my indent. Or I could even go and put it here in my introduction. So if I click on my introduction, I go through that, I can follow my breadcrumb right here. And so you'll see my assignments appear on my breadcrumbs as well. Another feature in design tools is that it not just works with assignments and discussions, it works in discussions the same way it worked in assignments and pages. But I can also use design tools to improve my course setup or make it a little easier. So if I go to settings, navigation, you'll see a multi-tool right here. If I take the multi-tool and drag it up to my active navigation area, click save. You'll see that the multi-tool appears here. It does not appear for students. It just appears for you. You can build your modules from here and also modify due dates. This can become a real time saver. So if I wanted to further build out a bunch of modules at once, notice I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But let's say I wanted to build a new module pattern. I would give it a prefix, say unit or module, whatever I wanted. The number of modules to create would be, say, 4. I give it a starting number, and I want to start with 6. as I left off at 5. And then let's say each one will have certain items, like a particular page. And we know that each one will have and we can even use a template if we have a template that we want to use. So a sample page, whatever, you can leave it blank. And I generate my module list. It's going to add these. Let's say I'm done. Okay. Add module to the course. Now if I go to my module section, Unit 6, Unit 7, Unit 8, Unit 9. So the multi-tool can be very helpful and make a lot of tedious work very rapid. The next advantage is the due date modifier. So for example, with your due date modifier, you can find the due dates of particular things. So you can find all things that are graded, and I can set due dates for them all. And just pick the calendar due dates. Let's say it's due the 24th. Let's say this is due the 24th. Okay. And then click update and update. And those two items, the due dates have now been changed. So if you're rolling a class over, or you're starting a class that you've developed and taught before, and you need to update a bunch of due dates in one piece, this is an easy way to do it. And you can even narrow it down between assignments, discussions, quizzes. I can go to pages, and those aren't graded, but I can go to all my pages, and I can set a due date for pages, which means that those pages are now put on the student's to-do calendar. So that's a great advantage. So I can make these things automated, and whenever you're done, you just click update. So let's say I'm going to require this by July 7th, and this one by August 11th, and this one by whenever, August 27th, whatever. I would just click update, or I can just update all, and those are now going to be in the student's to-do list. So if I was to go to modules, I would see my due dates have changed. One of the other things that the multi-tool can help you with is your delayed announcement modifier. So if you have an opening announcement that you'd like to do, or certain announcements through the course, right? Or if you had set announcements, you could manage them in here. And you can even use the bulk for that. We normally don't recommend that because we want announcements to be pretty regular. But if you have certain introductory announcements for every week that's all content focused, you could set the dates for those in here and make that a pretty automated process and save yourself some work down the line and improve the student experience at the same time, making sure everything is consistent. So design tools are pretty powerful. They certainly can make quick work out of tedious work, and when used appropriately, they can add an extra level of engagement to your course.